Hello, you guys. I wish you so much love today. I hope you're doing well. How are you? Feel free to put it in the comments, and I'll make sure to read this one. Look at how pretty it is today. That tree over there and the sun shining. Today we're going to talk briefly about how to be detached so that you're not hard-hearted, but you're not just pulled in by everything like this, like a roller coaster goes up and down with people. All right. One of my friends that studies a lot of psychology stuff. Now, I'm a psychologist in my day job, so I have been studying it and practicing it for 30 years now, altogether. And so I just like taking out the time to give back. So you have these skills so that your life can be better, so that you can be more free, more happy, more in peace, in joy, right? Because I integrate spiritual truths as well, because it's such an important element of our life. It is our life. We are souls in a body. And so I think that it's a disservice to just keep ignoring that, And so we'll see how that shows up today. There's a truck over there, so I'll go by this tree. All right, so my friend that studies psychology, she just knew I was going through something myself. Look at the sun. And she gave me this acronym, so I'll have to look up who she learned it from, right? It's just the word DEEP. And when you've experienced trauma in your childhood, or you've experienced people bullying you, or, a lot of rejection, or whatever you've experienced, then sometimes you can be hard-hearted and shut things out. And sometimes you can be sensitive and, excuse me, sometimes too sensitive, where you're just taking everything personally, Thank you, tree. And so this is helpful. This tool is about staying out of your egotism, so it can help you the rest of your life. All of my videos, I make them so that it's the last video you'll ever watch, and it will help you the rest of your life. That's how I work my sessions too. It's like I get to see them this 1 hour. Let's do everything we can in this 1 hour. So even if you never come back, you can have freedom, right? And so let's look at the word deep so you can remember this. Now, the quote shortcut for all of these things, everything that I've been teaching you basically is, excuse me, practicing the presence of God, is just be in the present moment. Like I keep interrupting this video to be in this present moment, right? Know yourself as the isness of what you are, who you are, if you're a soul in a body. Then you're more than this moment. You're more than your skin color and your name and everything you've gone by. It reminds me of my friend Elliot has a song that says, crash credit card registered to Smith, not the name that you call me with. Not the name that you call me with. Turn white like a saint. I'm tired of I'm tired of dancing on a pot of gold, flaked paint. Now I'm a crash credit card registered to Smith, not the name that you call me with. You spent everything you had, wanted everything to stop that bad. when you want all of the pain, you want everything to stop that bad, you know, that you just spend everything you have. So just understand what's being conveyed by all of this. I want to get in the sun for this. Is that, you know, you can just step into the sun. It's just like that. I was in the shade, right? And then all I have to do is, this is what presence is like. John Butler says, grace is like spiritual sunshine. And you don't always have the sun around to step into, right? But you do in your heart, you do. Divine love is the source of this, right? Look at what's right by my feet. It's like the sun is everywhere when you learn how to be present, right? So let's learn this thing, this deep thing. Deep is don't. No, you can be present and you don't have to learn all these extra things. Just learn how to be present, right? But I'll teach them anyway so that we have something for your egotism in the video, is how to get out of your egotism. So deep stands for don't. Oh, the bird. Don't defend yourself, right? When you start defending yourself, then you can understand what point am I trying to prove? Why do I have to prove a point? As soon as you start defending yourself, that's the D, don't defend yourself. As soon as you start defending yourself, that's, you have an outcome in mind that you're trying to get to, and you've lost the moment. You've lost being present with whatever person you're having a conversation with, even with yourself. You know, look at how you're defending your position. You know, I'll do that. I'll be on the freeway, right? And I'll start going a little bit over the speed limit, right? With the flow of traffic. And then I start thinking of what I would say if a cop pulled me over right now. It's the funniest thing. And then when I do that, I just stop myself and I'm like, no, just be present. But I'm so used to getting in trouble as a kid and feeling like I'm doing something wrong. And so it's like noticing how much time you're spending trying to learn how to defend yourself, you know, to God, to other people, to divine love, to yourself. We're working all day long, propping up our ego, and it's such a waste of our vital energy, you know? Who knew? I didn't know I would lay on the ground, you know? Who knew that we could just do that? We could just sing in the middle of a video, you know, the song that was coming to my heart and to my mind, so that you guys, you know, could be benefited by it, by Elliot's love. Elliot was a friend of mine who sang that song. I think it's 2:45 in the morning, putting myself on warning, you know. Tired of dancing on a pot of gold flaked paint, you know, it's just flaked paint. It's like everyone acts like they're dancing on gold. Okay, so let's go into the deep here, because I only have a couple more minutes for this moment, right? E stands for don't explain. You don't have to explain yourself. You know, think of the example like me trying to explain myself to a cop, you know, why I'm, you know, didn't do perfect, you know. I drive by them and they don't even look, because it's like, you know, within 5 miles or something, you know, it's anyway, but it doesn't matter. I'm explaining right now, right? That's what our egotism does. And so you're learning how you're practicing this. All of my videos are about you learning how to practice getting out of your egotism, being aware of your egotism, being aware of what takes you out of this present moment. That's all. Okay, so E is I'm explaining myself. Why do I have to prove to him? You know, it's just like a repetition of my childhood that I didn't do something wrong. You know, that I'm not wrong. I'm not a bad girl, you know, that's what I keep trying to defend against. And when you do that, whatever you resist persists. That means as long as we keep explaining, it means I really think you're a bad girl, you're a bad boy, you're bad, you know. I keep having to prove, you know, like I used to say when I called information for a phone number. Oh, there's a roly-poly right there. he went under the grass, but I'd say, I'm sorry, I need this number, you know, and then they started charging us, and I'm still apologizing, you know. My kid asked me about that the other day. He's like, why are you apologizing to ask for an extra spread for a meal that you're paying for? But it's because it's the FREES stuff, do you know what I mean? And so they're giving it to us, and I didn't want to be greedy, but it's just like childhood. It's just, I'm just perpetuating childhood, and so are you when we go into explaining. The other E is D.E.E.P. So don't defend, explain, engage. Don't get hooked in. When they start poking a bear, you know, and poking at your childhood wounds or whatever, you know, don't engage that way. Practice being present. It's just teaching you how to be present. And then P is I'm not remembering P right now. I'll write it down if I don't when I run out of time. But P, personalize. Don't personalize. Don't take it personally. It's not personally. When we take it personally, that's just a repetition of our childhood, that where it felt personal to us. Much love.